Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do something a little different today. Since I've started doing weekly wrap-ups, I found that I still kind of want to wrap things up at the end of the month just to kind of give an overview. And I thought maybe you guys would be interested in seeing it, like how many pages I read, how many per day, average, maybe the genres I hit. And also I want to put up the DNFs just to show that I do DNF things, and I just think that that's kind of interesting to see what happens. And of course, one's going to be controversial. But anyway, point is that I'm trying to figure out a way to share this data. I don't know, I just love the data. Okay, so I have an Excel sheet that I created back in 2006, like the base one, for when I did NaNoWriMo for the first time. So that's National Novel Writing Month. So this spreadsheet I started just to track how much writing I was doing every day to meet the 50,000 words we needed for the month. I just created something easy. Well, then I decided, oh, well, I want to show what books I'm reading at the same time. And then it kind of grew to what other things I'm doing during the day, or what I wrote down. I used to write down, or I still write down, where if I went out of the house to write, did I write at Starbucks, or did I go out and meet friends somewhere and write? And I wrote down like book clubs and my writing groups, and I wrote down those meetings, and then I wrote down all the audiobooks I listened to, and the sheet has grown quite a bit over the years. Now I get to take an Excel advanced course like in early March, I think the first actually. So I'm really looking forward to that because I want to create some charts and stuff with my own. Now I am using Sophie over at Portal in the Pages, her spreadsheet for reading, tracking your reading stats. And as much as I like a lot of it, there's so many things I want to change to do it my way, kind of thing, to use my own sheet, but use some of the, like, I'm going to take kind of what she did, but I want to change it to what I want to do. But I can't remember how to make half the graphs anymore. It's been so many years since I used to do that. And I usually use stuff that I make once and then I just kind of manipulate and use on. So as I said, the original is from 2006. So I want to update that. Anyway, long story. Sorry about that. So the point is that I've been tracking my reading in different ways for many years, starting out, on paper, and then I went to this Excel sheet. So that's how I get my data. So I wasn't sure how you want to do this. I mean, I'm hoping to maybe do a video showing kind of my, kind of a journal tracking overview kind of thing of anything paperish and computer stuff that I use for tracking my writing and my reading. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. You have to let me know. But anyway, so this is again kind of a test run of stuff I want to do. I'm just not sure how to show this. So I'm just going to kind of speak to the camera at this point, and maybe maybe next time I use flash or note cards or something to show the numbers. I don't know. Let's see how this works, and then I'll play with it. Again, first time. I'm just trying something new. Cause I'm one of those, I'm not doing the editing thing. I'm sorry. As soon as I start editing, I think if I do that, I think I will lose my love of doing this. And I want to be able to sit down and just go at it and not, I mean, I think about stuff and I think about it all the time, but I don't want to do all that extra editing stuff. I admit it. I don't mind being a small little booktuber, because my love is in the books and in writing and reading, and I don't want to spend that time editing. I'm sorry. So hopefully if you're here, you know that and you don't mind. And I appreciate all of you guys who are here. So with that said, long intro. Anyway, so January was a really good month for me. I think a lot of people have said that January is a really good month because you come off of the holidays where you're so busy with family and work and friends and stuff, and you don't have a whole lot of time to read. And then you get January and it's, well, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, you get horrible weather. And so all you want to do is sit inside and read. So I think that was part of it. I also just feel like I was in a kick to read a lot, which didn't hurt. It didn't help my writing any, but it was good for reading. So I read 14 things this month, which was really good for me. I usually don't read nearly that number. So it came out to that I read 3,979 pages in the month, which That's a really good number. It comes out as an average of 128.4 pages a day. So, if you guys remember, a lot of times, or at least for my goals, I always shoot for 50 pages average a day. That does not mean I read 50 pages every day. There are some days I read 3 or 4 pages, and then there are other days I read 100, 150, 200 pages. So it just kind of, it's an average. I want to average about 50 pages a day. And again, that comes out to usually about 5 or 6 books, depending on how big they are. But so, because again, my reading goal is 52 books in a year. So as long as I'm reading a book a week, I feel pretty good about that. I mean, some books take longer, don't get me wrong, but it's an average. So I thought that was pretty good. I'm within almost 4,000 pages in a month. For me, that's really good. So I was ecstatic about that. So as I said, I read 14 things. I had 1 5-star. I had 8 4 stars. I had 5 3 stars. I had no 2 stars, and I had I would put 0 1 stars, but I DNF'd 3 things. So I don't count. So I'm not one of those people who, if I DNF something, I do not rate it. I just don't. It's, to me, it's off the list. I don't care enough usually. I just want it off my list that it's not currently reading anymore. I'm not reading it. I'm not going to read it. So not too bad. It's a really big 4-star month. I would say most of those 4 stars were up and down. Like there was a range of them. There were some really high 4s, I would say, and then some really kind of low ones. But they all were still 4s to me. That means I really enjoyed it, and I would potentially reread it at some point. So 3 stars are usually stuff that I enjoyed, but I'm not going to reread. And then again, a 5-star is just, it blew me away. And again, that was my nonfiction pick, so that was awesome. So going into genres, I read 3 nonfiction books this month. I read 3 sci-fi books, all in the same series, but it still was 3. I read 1 classic. I read 5 fantasies, which is not a surprise, and 1 literary fiction and 1 mystery. So, I mean, that's kind of all over the board, so I think I did pretty good that way. I didn't just binge read one genre. So my cats are running around, so if you hear them, that's a little scratching, is them running around. I don't know what else you guys would want to know. So the only thing is I want to bring up the DNFs. So the one that's you guys probably don't know about yet is because I just DNF'd it right before the end of the month. I decided to start my In Real Life book club book pick that's due in a week and a half now. But it was 2 weeks when I started it. So the point is I was trying to read it 2 weeks ahead of time, which is pretty much when I start reading the book. Well, I had a feeling I wasn't going to like it, and I didn't. And that was C.J. Cherryh's Foreigner. And I didn't enjoy it. So this was a DNF. I only got, I don't even know, I didn't get very far. I think I got about 40 pages in, and I was like, nope. I knew I wasn't going to like this, and I didn't. There's just something about her writing. It's not, okay, let me just put it this way. It's not the writing itself, it's the exposition. And the way that the characters, I don't know, the way the characters are introduced. I don't know, there's something about it. I'm not attracted to that. And I just wasn't, I wanted to read other stuff. My brain was just like, no, we don't need to do this. So I gave it a little shot, and I DNF'd it. So I also DNF'd this month, A Golden Age by Tamina Anam. Now I actually got over halfway done with this before I gave up on it. I just got tired of the characters, which you'll see as a theme in any of my DNFs. It's usually a character issue for me. And I got tired, and then as I said, something happens in here where the reason she did something that was supposed to be so bad, and then I'm like, what? Why did you do that? Like, that was, yeah, it was bad, but it wasn't like the kind of bad I thought it was going to go, so it was a surprise, but not in a good way. Still didn't like it. I don't know. I mean, anyway. And then the other book I'm DNFing at this point. I mean, I'm not saying I will never come back to this, but I'm still pissed, and it's been, what has it been, 2 weeks now? Yeah, I'm still mad. And that is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Luis Savon. I'm still mad. I'm still mad about page 46. I'm pretty sure it's 46. Yes, I am still mad. Anyway, so I can't make myself pick this up. I'm sure it gets better. I'm sure a lot of people love this, but it is a clear DNF for me at this point. I can't get past it. And that's, I mean, as I said, if a character does something that I feel that I react that harshly to, I just go, no, I can't deal with this. So it's done. So anyway, this is kind of my first kind of stats of a month. I don't know how you guys want me to do this next time. Do you think I should do little note cards and flash something up? I don't know. As I said, I'm not going to do a lot of editing stuff, so I'm trying to do this all low-key. So if you have any suggestions, or if you don't want to know this information, don't want to know, because I mean, I am doing weekly wrap-ups, so I go through what I read during the week. And I am going to try to do some vlogging during February. I'm not sure if it's going to be a weekly vlog or a couple weeks vlog. I'm not sure. We'll see how much footage I have, but I'm going to try to do that kind of in the middle of the week, so there's something during the middle of the week. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm trying some other things. So I didn't know if maybe this is too much information. You guys don't care about this stuff. And, or do you guys want to know more about my, how I do all my data stuff and, or, show my spreadsheets and, maybe some of my, journals that I use for writing stuff. I don't know. I have all this. I don't know what to do. So I might do that anyway, but anyway, let me know and I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys had a great reading month.